Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. And look what I have. Look what I have. Look what I have. It is now, what time is it? Ay, ay, ay. It's about 8:37 p.m. And shortly after 7 p.m. on April 23rd, now today, the president's promised executive order came out. I was in the middle of taping a show that we're talking about the who, what, where, why, when of what the executive order would look like. And I didn't have the order in hand at the time because it had not been released yet. But lo and behold, we now have the order, and I've taken the opportunity. Let me thank Counselor, my colleague, who is also an immigration attorney here in the Tampa Bay area, for sending me the order. What do we know? What do we know? It's 7 pages long, so it's an easy read, right? Signed by the President of the United States, and it was issued on April 22nd, 2020, and it goes into effect on April 23rd, 2020 at midnight, 11:59 p.m. So who's affected? And let me read through it. It applies to all the individuals that are outside of the United States on this effective date, April 23rd. You do not currently have an immigrant visa. All right, so you don't have your green card in hand. So there's maybe a petition that has been filed for you, or there has been, maybe your file had been sent to the consulate, or sent to the consular post, but they haven't called you yet for your interview. So you have not been issued your green card yet. It applies to you. And if you do not have an effective travel document. So if you're in any of those categories, then this applies to you. The list of who it doesn't apply to is interesting and long. I actually like the list, right? So it doesn't apply to green card holders. So if you're outside of the country and you have, sorry, I'm reading as I'm talking to you because there's a lot of chatter going on. If you're outside the country and you have a green card, it doesn't apply to you. If you're an investor, EB5, my EB5 investors, it does not apply to you. If you're the spouse of a United States citizen, doesn't apply. If you're a minor child, and this was brought up by someone in my earlier chat talking about the, when we're talking about the New York Times article where it says spouses and children were exempt. So if you're the spouse of a United States citizen, you're exempt. Or if you're a minor child under the age of 21 or a prospective adoptee, doesn't apply to you. Our physicians, our nurses, our healthcare professionals, those that are performing medical research and their spouses or beneficiaries under the age of 21 does not apply. Armed forces, if you're in the armed forces and you're trying to petition for your spouse or child under the age of 21, doesn't apply. Those special immigrant categories does not apply. And also, did I leave anybody out? Physician, nurses, healthcare professionals. Yeah. So the list is on my Facebook page, and I'll also post it on LinkedIn, but the executive order has been signed. Duration, it's good for 60 days. 60 days it's good for, and then the president has said he's asking the secretary to review at that time. And the reasoning given by the president is simple. He says, you know what, he wants to protect the American workforce, and that once, I'll read from the order, lawful permanent residents once admitted are granted open market employment authorization documents, allowing them immediate eligibility to compete for almost any job in any sector of the economy. And he goes on to say there's no way to protect the already disadvantaged and unemployed Americans from the threat of competition for scarce jobs from new lawful permanent residents. So that is one of the reasons he's giving for suspending immigrant visas to the United States. So who does it apply to? You're outside and you do not have your immigrant visa, your green card in hand, whether it's for an employer or whether it's for a family-based, you can no longer immigrate. Well, at least for 60 days. So there you have it. The executive order, the proclamation suspending entry of immigrants who present risk to the U.S. labor market during the economic recovery following the COVID-19 outbreak has been signed. Until next time, my friends, it's Attorney Deanna Winter of Winter Immigration, and walk good.